What up, guys? So it's been a minute since I put anything up on the channel. The big orange has been sitting in the back for the last couple months. I still have to get I'm gonna go ahead and put an electric wiper motor in it, so I got to pick that up, install that, and then we're working on getting a company or a tuner out here to tune the Holly Sniper. Even though they say that it's self-learning, it's still having a little bit with cold start. So it takes a couple cranks. Well, it'll start and then it'll just die, and then the second time I start it, it starts right up and idles fine. So it has to have a little bit more fuel added to it for the on cold start. But it's been sitting there for the last couple, 2-3 months since the last video I put out on it. We have been dealing with some home stuff. You know, we had active termites, so we ended up having to replace a lot of wood, and that's why you see all the wood in the background, is because my garage has turned into a wood shop to be able to do all that. Which gave me the idea of what I want to do here is I'm going to be building a loft. So it'll double the square footage on one side of my shop, and all the parts or whatever can go up in the loft. And since I figured I had the wood, I would go ahead and start doing that. So let me just swing it around and show you my wall. So that's the start of it. And what that's going to be is it's about 10 feet tall, 25 feet long, and it's going to be 15 feet out. So what that also is going to do is it's going to double as a paint booth, spray booth. So I'm still in the process of picking up all the explosion proof fans, ventilation fans that'll pull out, and yeah, so that's a project that's ongoing. And basically I'm starting that because of this gem right here. So this is a 1968 Oldsmobile Cutlass True 442. A friend of mine has been wanting me to work on this for the last couple of years, but I've been busy with my own projects, the big orange and then the blue truck prior to that. So he finally cornered me last week and said, hey, you know, I'm 70 years old. I want to drive this again on the road before I die. I can't argue with that point. I mean, he's still healthy, all that stuff. It's just that he's had this sitting underneath his garage lean-to area of his house for probably, well, I think the last tag on it was like 2007. And he's owned this car since 1975 is what he said. And don't let those little teeny tires in the back fool you. But this is a full race car. Like, it's got a roll cage in it. We just swapped out his 18.5-inch tires out yesterday so I could get it on the go jacks so I can swing it around. The engine, he removed the blower setup off the engine and put a regular intake and carb on it, so it would make it more manageable for me to drive it around if I have to. Sorry for the noise, it seems to be a little busy on Christmas Eve here. Yeah, so today is December 24th, so this is what we're going to start on next. His budget isn't like show car budget, we'll be honest here. I'm really helping him out, and we're doing some bartering. He has some engines and stuff that would make interesting projects for me once I get to the point where I'm working on another project for myself. So what I'll do is I will walk you around the car. The car got here last Friday, and it's just been sitting here. I've been kind of assessing what we need to do to it. Definitely the windshield and back glass had to be pulled out because it's all rusted in the channel and it was leaking water. And yeah, so the last time this will be the third color change. So the last paint job on this with the stripes and all that are quite dated. So, you know, it was in 2000 is when his son painted it. They put half quarters on it back here, and deleted all the chrome. There used to be chrome that ran all the way from the front to the back. They deleted all that chrome, and they did some fiberglass things and stuff like that with it. So anyway, so basically what I'm saying is that it's not like here's a ton of money, let's get it. It's more like here's some money this month, do what you can with what I'm giving you, and then next month I'll bring you some more money, and then we'll go from there. So that's what this project is. So is there going to be a weekly update? Probably not. It's probably going to be maybe once every couple of weeks or maybe once a month. It just really depends on how he brings in the monies to fix this. So this morning I had Integrity Glass come out here. It's a local company here in Florida, Wesley Chapel area. Come out, and he deals specifically with old car glass. He shaves glass down. He's awesome guy, Paul. He's the one that put the windshield in my 54 truck. So let's walk around this beast, and we'll show you what we got going on here. Okay, so like I said, it's a 1968 442, true 442 Oldsmobile. He does have a new front bumper for it, so we're replacing the bumper for sure. The windshield did crack when it came out this morning. His son put the windshield in using urethane instead of the butyl rubber stuff, and it caught on one of these clips. You can see the butyl rubber is actually holding the clips. Well, they were holding the clips in place. So when I removed the chrome that comes around here with the hook method, you know, you basically lift up the chrome, you hook your little hook tool right here and you pull it, and then that releases the chrome. That's how it works. I probably should have recorded it, but I didn't. And when I pulled it with the hook, it hit the glass. The glass was delaminating anyway, but he was trying to save a couple bucks. He wanted to reuse the glass. But unfortunately it did crack right here. It went bloop, just like that. But when the guy came and pulled out the glass, I went ahead and ordered the new glass for it. So the new windshield is already bought and paid for. It's just once we get ready to put it back together, that's when he'll bring out the new glass. So it's not really too bad, honestly. All this is all bubbling out through here. This is where that chrome was that they filled in with something. So you can see it like that here. New half quarters. We have rust holes all through here, coming down through here and through here. All that is rusted out. This is a new trunk. The new trunk was put on 2 years ago. I painted it this blue. This is the blue. Like I said, it's been a couple years since he's been wanting me to do this. I just shot some color on it that he thought he wanted. So this is Bimini blue. I think it's like a Corvette color, because it stuck out from his shed, and when it would rain here in Florida, the rain would hit right here and roll down. So the entire trunk along the whole back was just rusted, gone, where he had to buy a new trunk. So we got a new trunk for it 2 years ago. I painted it, and there it is. But unfortunately, the water over time took its toll right through here. So we have rust here we got to fix. This whole section right here is actually pushed up. I don't know how it got pushed up, but it's pushed up, so I got to push it back down. He's getting a new rear bumper. This side's not so bad, but the other side is pretty rotted out right through there. Overall, it's not too bad of a shape, being 1968. I mean, you know, as you can see, he's got his NOS bottle in here, full roll cage in here. Yeah. And on this side, his big meaty tires that he had on it at one point grabbed the rocker. We have some rust down in there that has to be taken care of. And then of course all through here All this is just flaking off the Bondo. And there's some holes up here where the drip rail is. There's some rust down here on the bottom of the fender, right there, and the door. But this right here is probably the worst. That entire cowl section is just rusted out. So we got to fix all that. That all started, he said that it was leaking along the top of the roof. I'll show you in a minute. But a little bit Bondo right there going on. And then up underneath there, I don't really know what size engine it is. He doesn't really talk about that because he used to race this like Bradenton racetrack or whatever. You know, he may be pulling this motor out while it's here. I do have the lift, so I told him, hey, whatever you need to do, if you want to pull the motor out here, go ahead. He builds engines is what his thing is. So, yepper. So the whole car is going to come apart though. I don't, you know, budget, whatever. I still have to do it right. My name's going to be on it, so I have to do it right. So this happened, this right here, I found the leak. He said it was leaking in this area. And I don't know, 23 years ago, when they put the windshield back in, I guess, you know, 23 years ago, right? So people would do what they could to get it fixed so they could get down the road. So this looks like it's a piece of fiberglass is all it is. And they just tried to fill the hole that was already there, and that's always not a good sign. So I don't know if the leaking caused all that, but this is the mainstay. Out of everything that we got going on, this is gonna be the most challenging. He didn't realize I was gonna take the whole car apart, fenders, everything. You got it. Once you're doing a color change, he's going with blue. Once you do a color change, you kind of have to take it all apart. It doesn't matter. And then there's the inside. Yeah, all new seals we have to get. I got to figure out all these seals and stuff that he wants to get. He's not doing showroom, but unfortunately, there's stuff that we have to fix, right? Like all this stuff is just, it's just hard and brittle. It has to be changed out. This is all original 1968 stuff here. So the door's still shut. Amazing. So yeah, so there it is. So there it is. That's the new project vehicle that I'll be working on. Like I said, we'll go through it. Probably, I'd like to put out a video every other week, like every 2 weeks on it, but it's really about what we can do as far as budget goes. I do have metal here, so it's 18 gauge, so I'll be probably going into that to start doing metal repairs on it, start stripping it down, take the front clip off, take the doors off, and as I go through that, I'll show you little tricks that I do to help line it all back up, because overall all the body lines are pretty good on it for being what it is. That's the stock hood. He does have another hood that has the big scoop on the front for his blower that he had on it, but I'm thinking he's kind of retiring the blower because he didn't bring over the other hood, and he brought just the stock hood. So that's it. So he wants the paint scheme blue and silver, so it's going to be like a dark royal blue with some metallics in it, of course, a little pearl in it. And then I have the GM code for it. I'm going to make a spray out at work, the two colors that we're thinking, and then he can say yes or no on it, and then we can start getting that in place. But he wants to run the two stripes down the hood. The two small stripes that run right where you see those vents right there. So there's like a little indentation in the hood that goes down right there. And then he's going to have the two stripes that run there. They're only about 3 inches wide. And then from the back all the way to the window glass right there. It's going to have a little stripe that goes just like that, which was on the 442s, but the 442s also had like a little right down the fenders where the 442 was. He doesn't want that stripe. And then he wants to break up the trunk a little bit, and he wants to continue the stripes in the front, not on the hood, not on the roof, but just on the trunk to try to break that up. So get an idea of where we're going with this thing. In between doing that, I'll still be probably buttoning up this. I'll be building my mezzanine or loft slash booth on this side. I'm cleaning up everything in here right now to make room for all this stuff that I got going on. And yeah, so hold on tight. It's going to be another wild ride on this one. We're gonna change it up on this a little bit. The videos will be longer because you know, the 20-minute videos are nice, the 30-minute videos are nice, but you really can't show how the processes are, right? So it's like, oh, time lapsing is cool and all, it saves time on your guys' side watching it, but I'm starting to get into some videos I'm watching on Fabrication that's more of like an hour, hour and a half, and I like to see the details of it all. Like, this is how I use this to bend this, to this. I'm pretty basic with my metal working tools. You know, I have a bead roller, yeah, you know, shrinker stretcher. It's going to come in handy building the new frames inside the glass, run areas for the windshield and stuff. And yeah, we'll just, right now it's just about getting it apart, making sure that we put in little things in place, so when we put it back together, it'll go together just as easy as it comes apart, without a lot of adjustments. Obviously there's going to be a little bit, but not as much as just like, oh, just throw a part on there and I hope that's right, you know. But anyway, so we're gonna get into this, and yeah, thanks for coming in and tuning in and looking at our new project that we got going on. And yeah, we'll keep you updated. Hit that like, share, subscribe button, especially the subscribe button, because that little bell icon down there will tell you when I uploaded something new. And yeah, thanks for watching, and make sure you go out there and build something cool. Thanks, bye. So we're gonna slide this up in there. I got her on the go jack, so it should be pretty good to move around. So we're just gonna put her up in her spot for the remainder of her time here, so I can start getting everything all apart. About 5 minutes, we got her pushed over. Alrighty. Alright guys, so we're taking all the little chrome rails off because there's rust throughout here to get to it. So I've already pulled off the front piece right there. They're a little tricky to get off because you don't want to damage them. So when they sit in there, there's like a little lip on the inside right here. And the whole key is to kind of pop that off the drip rail, right? So what I do is I just take like a block of wood and a small hammer, just like a small piece, because you don't want to yank a big chunk off and then it bends it all. I don't know how this is attached down there, down in the quarter glass part, because I'm finding a lot of like fiberglass cloth filling rust holes and stuff. So I'm just gonna very gingerly pop this off, and I'll show you how I do it. So you want to kind of get into the lip of slowly comes out. See? Like that. Ish. They probably make a tool for this. I don't have it, so. I gotta get up here. Let me move this out a little farther. And there it is. And there it is. No damage. And then what I do is I'll tag these and then I'll mark what side it goes to. Whoops. Let me move this up so you can see beautiful me. Okay, so what I've been doing, everything I've been pulling off, I've been tagging it. So these ones I'll strap together and then I'll put on it driver's side drip rail molding and then put it in my box. I'll show you what I'm doing over here. So everything that I'm pulling off, this is for the back window. I used to do the tape thing on some of these, but sometimes the tape, it takes more time trying to get the tape glue off because who knows how long it's going to be until I put these back on, right? So, and then these back glass trim clips. So these are all the little trim clips that go in these little metal posts on the back glass that those pop into. There. And then these are windshield back glass screws. So these are all the screws that I removed to hold the back glass chrome in. This is the back glass chrome, and then up there is the front windshield. So I'll just tag this, and then I'm going to take the other side off since I showed you how to do it on one side. I've seen people use like those old school can openers and stuff like that, but it has a tendency of denting, you know, the chrome trim. And sometimes these little pieces, well, I think this is stainless because this is the original 1968 stuff. So I don't think this has ever been off since 1968, given how it looks up there. So yeah, sometimes this stuff can cost more than you know, anything else, right? So the whole point is to try to save as much pieces as we can without actually blowing it apart. So I'm going to get the other side off, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what the back window area looks like with a little bit of wire wheeling and scraping out all the fiberglass cloth that someone used to hide some holes. So let's be right back. So I got the driver's side off. I'll show you. Oops, sorry, show you. Our driver's side's off, passenger side is off. But right there's the hole that I gotta fix, so I need that piece off. And then right here on the other side, it shows like there's no space there, so I don't know what's going on there. But that's definitely a water intrusion, like right here in this area. But yeah, but I did not mess up that. I just rolled it down just enough just to get my block back there and knock it off. So as I'm cleaning up all this rust up here, or the thing, so it's yeah, that's, we got up to there, and then that entire top piece is just nothing. Oops, it's just nothing. So, and this is all the stuff that I'm pulling out of it. It's just fiberglass cloth. I mean, 23 years ago this was done, so it's held up this long, I guess. Yeah, so that's what we're getting into. So I'm gonna pan back, and then I'm gonna clean all this out with a wire wheel and a grinder just to see how much we got going on here. Then start taking some measurements for metal to cut and kind of pop in there, cut this all out. After I get my shapes and all that stuff, then we'll cut this out, and then we'll start welding in new metal. I do have the headliner in there still. I got to take that out as well. So in order to take that out, I got to pull all the inside quarter panel trims out, because it goes underneath the quarter panel trim. Take this carpet out, stuff. Underneath the package tray is still, there's no rust in the package tray. So there's that. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna get into now. So hold on tight and let's see how it goes. Alright guys, so it's the next day. It is Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, if you celebrate that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cleaning out all the rails here, or the window channel area, because it's pretty rusted, and I got to get all that fiberglass stuff out. So I'm going to be using these guys right here. They're little Scotch-Brite things, and you put them on. They're clean and strip wheels basically, so this will get in there really good to clean it all out. Let's start the getting. I'm gonna step it up to the big one. So all these clips, or these little pin studs that come out for the clips for the chrome pieces, so some of them are missing, so I gotta measure where they all go, because half of these, if not all of them, are gonna need replaced. You can buy the little pin clips or the little pin studs. They screw in to the place. Once you get the metal in, you drill a hole, and then you put these in so the clips can go back in, so the chrome can go back in. So I'm going to measure them all. I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to put it with the clip bag so I know where they go. So I've got all my pin measurements. All right guys, so 18 gauge, I did a bend it's the same width here to there. So as you can see, I've got to shrink it along this area right here to kind of get that curve going. So my thing is, what I want to do is I want to make it up into here, and then I want to just kind of weld it along this edge here, right here. There's plenty of metal up on the top part here. It's all kind of gone inside inside the channel here where it like sets or whatever. This right here, this is actually a lead joint. You can see the discolorization. So that's the lead joint across here. But I mean, that's all lifting anyway. So it's a common issue with lead from back in the day. But yeah, so I'm just starting with one corner, and then I'm gonna work all the way around. So let me set you up. I've got the shrinker attached to the thing, and then I'm gonna mark it here in a couple spots, and then we'll shrink it up, and we'll see how it goes. I'm probably gonna have to cut a lot of this off just to make it a little easier to shrink, but it should still shrink, so we'll see. So we'll want to start here, here, yep. So I'm going to start shrinking it in these areas to get it to curve around. Okay, that was too much up here. So we got to stretch it back. So let me get the stretcher. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make this centerpiece since I've already stretched it. Oh yeah, so I'm going to stretch it more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slice this off. So we got to cut down. Let's see now. piece number 2. So I'm going to continue around, and then we'll bring you back once I get all those worked in. All right, see you in a little bit. Alrighty guys, so I've got the pieces made all the way through there, up. I shrink stretched to get them all right, down through there. So now that I've got all those made, so I had to do it in 5 pieces, and I have each one marked. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull those pieces back off, and then I'm going to treat all the metal up underneath there, wire wheel it. Well, I actually already wire wheeled it when I was doing that with the grinder, because every little section I was grinding into it. So I'm going to use the product. I think I still have some left. Let me go check. Hold on. So I do have it right there. And that's what I use on everything. So it says treat, restore, and protect. Moisture cured urethane coating for restoring and protecting rusty metal. Works on rusted and bare sanded steel. So yep, so that's what we got. So I'm going to pull those pieces back off, and then I'm going to blow all that out in there from where I was grinding it and stuff like that. And then I'm going to slather a coat of this on, and then just let it sit. And then probably not today, because it's got to sit pretty much overnight. But then we'll start getting to work on welding all that in. So I started at noon, and it's what, 4 o'clock? Yeah, about 4 o'clock. So it took me about 4 hours to do that. Not so bad with just my little shrinker stretcher over there, right there, an anvil, and a piece of railroad tie, flat thing, and a hammer. And there it is. So I'll start pulling all that off, and then we'll start working on it. Definitely wear gloves with this stuff because it wears off. It's kind of like 415. It doesn't just rinse off, it wears off. So definitely wear your gloves. This is all your safety protection, blah, blah, blah. There we go, guys. I think that's gonna wrap this one up. Not bad. Got it all ready, pulled off the trim pieces, got the glass out, and then made all the channels for the back glass. I have to let that stuff sit overnight at least. So the next set of videos will be me welding that in, and then we'll go from there. So thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a little bit. And new project, so hit like, share, subscribe, all that other fun stuff to tell you, and yeah, go and build something cool. Thanks again. Bye.